I'll start with the perspective, I went from a little company at Boston Scientific until it was very large, and the regulatory burden changed a great deal. But when I went to a new company, I actually brought that with me because there aren't any shortcuts. Big company, small company, we actually have to do the exact same things. In fact, it's even a little harder sometimes in the smaller companies because of the way you're looking at it. But if I looked at two or three things, I always look at the Gantt charts, and regulatory would be never given enough time at the end. It wasn't considered enough early. And getting clear requirements in-house that everyone understands, or whether you get it from a consultant, doesn't matter. Make sure you have that built into your business plan. Uh, Beyond the initial period, you also have to anticipate. If you're in a new tech area creating something different, you're going to see a changing world around you. And I like to use the examples of what I've seen in cybersecurity with our current robotics and things that are used in the field, in the community, at home. We have had to satisfy a lot of those requirements, and they are changing. Even though I've had FDA clearance for a few years, they've asked me to give more cybersecurity information on my next submission. So there are constant changes. Batteries, again, the same thing for devices that are used in the community are changing in terms of the requirements. If someone wants to take their robotic system onto an airplane, they could have 2 years ago, they can't today with the batteries we have. We've had to anticipate that type of stuff. And I guess the third one, I'd split it a little bit by sector for this audience. On the medical side, you really have to look at how you're going to label and define a product because it's so expensive to do the clinical trials, and you want to do that right up front. On the industrial side, you really have to function a little more, or look a little more at functionality because you don't want to go back and fix it. So being most efficient in any of those areas in anticipation or how you're setting things up in your sector or in your initial planning are the real requirements. But I'm back at the beginning here. There aren't any shortcuts. You have to do this completely.